Hello. Dear students, welcome back. Jai Hind and very good morning. As you all know, we are continuing chapter number 12, that is electricity. You have already attended two lectures in chapter number 12. You attended lecture number 1, where I give you an idea regarding electric current. Then you attended lecture number 2, where I gave you complete idea regarding electric potential and potential difference. Today, in our lecture number 3, as you know, I wrote one abbreviated form in lecture number 2, VIR. V means electric potential and potential difference. I means electric current. And third, that is R, resistance. Actually, my dear student, if we move as per textbook, then they have the order is actually we have discussed two topics, as you know, 12.1 and 12.2. In textbook they have taken 12.3, that is circuit diagram, 12.5, that is Ohm's law, 12.4. But I want to first skip those two topics, and first I want to take topic 12.5, that is on which factor resistance of a conductor depend. Understand? But before we understand topic number 10.5, my dear student, mind thinks very well. You in chapter 12, you are attending today lecture number 3. Okay? And the topic which we are targeting today, that is as per textbook 10.5, factors on which resistance depends. Let me write. Understand 10.5. Sorry, 12.5. Okay, that is factors on which factors on which resistance depends. Okay, actually, my dear student, before we start our discussion regarding factors on which resistance depends, we need to understand this word first. What is actually resistance? What does it mean? So, our first target today is to understand about resistance. Actually, what does it mean? Understand basic concept of resistance that we want to understand first, right? Just my dear student, to understand resistance in more detail, try to understand one diagram, or try to remind the diagram which we have done in lecture number 1, where I explain, understand, that when electron try to move If you can see that diagram, we have drawn a diagram of conductor, if you know, where I have shown, I am not repeating that diagram again, but I have shown one conductor. I have shown some atoms, if you can remember, and I have shown some ion and free electron. And at that time I told you that when electron wants to pass through conductor, then and then it constitute electric current, that you all know. But when electron wants to pass from one end of the conductor to another end, the motion of electron is restrained, means opposed, by jam-packed atoms and ion present in solid conductor. Like suppose I tell you one thing. Suppose you are attending my lecture, and in this room, suppose there are no benches, nothing, and you are just standing in one corner, and I just tell you, run fast in this room, you feel so comfortable. Understand? તમે તરત દોડવા માંડો. You start running here and there without any restriction or obstruction. But moment you are in one corner of the room, and suppose there is no one, and I just ask you, come on, run fast, reach to the door. You run so smoothly and swiftly and reach to the another corner of the room, because there is nobody to restrain your motion. But suppose I do like this, you are in one corner of the room, and I call some 20 to 25 students, and I arrange them in random manner in your path with minute spaces between them, and then I tell you to reach another corner of the room. What you are going to do? You are going to try to find space between them, try to hit somebody, and try to reach to the next corner of the room. Means you have to do lots of work, because your motion is restrained by those students who are standing in your path. Similar case with electron. Whenever electron has to pass from one end of the conductor, suppose this conductor, negative, positive, lower and higher, when electron wants to pass from one end to another end, inside the solid conductor there are jam-packed atoms and ion, which does not actually allow a very smooth flow of electron. Actually the motion of electron is restrained. That restriction on the motion of electron by any material of which conductor is made up of, so that is called resistance. What is that called? Resistance. You understood this? This is the simplest explanation of resistance. Resistance means this, that opposing force. Force, the word I should not utilize, understand? But the restriction on the motion of electron by any conductor, understand, that is known as resistance, understand? And that resistance has got symbol R. Like electric potential and potential difference has got symbol V. Electric current has got symbol I. Similarly, resistance has got symbol R. And to appreciate the contribution of scientist Ohm, we measure resistance by unit ohm. Either you write OHM or you write this way symbolically. This is symbol of ohm. Understand? So resistance is measured by unit ohm. Okay, my dear student, is it clear in your mind? Right? Resistance means this only. In textbook they have shown one activity also where they have constructed a simple circuit. I can show you that simple circuit diagram. Understand? Where I can suppose, my dear student. But before I draw that circuit diagram, I want to make one thing clear in your mind, that actually before we understand that activity 12.3, the question is 12.2, sorry. Question is how the idea of resistance came. There can be some substantial reason how the idea of resistance come in the mind of the scientist. So suppose they must have done like some experiment, and during experiment they come to know. Suppose, my dear student, I saw one circuit here. They have given in textbook, but you can draw anyway. Understand? Suppose I draw one circuit. This is a gap. Okay. I am moving as per textbook. XY is the gap. Okay. And my dear student, to measure the current, as I told you, a meter, this is positive and this is negative. Okay. And as an external source of electric current, let me show one battery. Battery means series of cell, as you know. This is higher potential positive, this is negative, this is battery. And my dear student, I am showing one plug key switch, closed or open switch, whatever. Understand? And suppose this is the electric circuit. Okay. Actually, this activity which they have shown in the textbook is trying to make us understand why the idea of resistance come. Understand? This is battery. Okay. My dear students, some of the symbol are actually you understood here only. Battery, this is the symbol of switch, plug key you can say, and this is the, as you all know, symbol of ammeter, that you know. Understand? Now suppose this is the circuit, and try to understand, my dear student. Still the circuit is not completed. Actually it is not closed. There is gap. In this gap, in this electric circuit, actually electric circuit means what? Closed path of electric current is known as electric circuit. Okay. But this circuit is not yet completed, though I switch on. Understand? Now try to understand how the concept of resistance may appear, the existence of resistance in our mind. Just try to understand. Suppose I take nichrome wire and I attach it here. This is nichrome wire. Okay, suppose here three device I am going to attach. First, suppose nichrome wire. This is first device, I say A. A means nichrome wire. Okay, A means nichrome wire. You know nichrome, it is an alloy, right? Nichrome wire. Then I fill the same gap, understand, by another device B. Suppose a bulb. Bulb is like this way you saw filament. I can say it B. So B means any bulb, okay? And third, my dear student, I will just attach here a torch cell, okay? C. C means torch cell, torch bulb actually. So in all these three cases, whenever I try my best to close electric circuit by filling the gap either with nichrome wire, electric bulb or torch bulb. Why I am taking these different devices? Because nichrome wire is a different material. Electric bulb has filament made up of different material like sometime tungsten, okay. It is made up of tungsten sometime. And torch bulb may have filament made up of some different material. So three different material we have taken intentionally though. And whenever I try to fill this gap by these three devices, and every time I record observation in a meter of electric current, then I am able to find variation in the electric current. First I suppose join nichrome wire, so and I record the electric current reading in a meter. Then I join electric bulb, I record the reading. Then I join torch bulb and then I record the reading. Every time the reading of electric current in a meter showed variation. Sometime electric current was shown more, sometime less. How can it happen? Why? Because ultimately to all are inside the different material wire only, nichrome, tungsten, maybe other wire. Then also variation is observed in the amount of electric current flowing. That means because there is variation in amount of electric current flowing, that means all three material offer some resistive force, that is clear. Understand? And from that the concept of resistance became clear in the mind of the scientist, that there must be some opposing force present which actually restrain the motion of electron or electric current inside the conductor, and that particular opposing force, I must tell restricting force, is actually given the name resistance. Understand? Okay. And then my dear student, research carried on resistance, and it has become clear that resistance is inevitable factor present in every material. It happened that some material offer less resistance, means they allow smooth flow of electron from them, so you can call it conductors. But at the same time, some material allow or offer very high resistance to the electric current flowing through them. So those material like rubber, glass, etc., which offer very high resistance and even not let electric current to flow through them, actually they are known as insulators, that you all know. Conductor, insulator. Through conductor, electric current can pass easily. Through insulator, it is difficult for electric current to pass through it. Understand? Because it offer very high resistance. Okay. So concept of resistance is clear in your mind. Okay, my dear student. Now one more thing. Suppose our topic actually now starts. On which factor resistance depends? Understand? Resistance depends on which factor actually. That is what we are trying to study. Okay. Just this topic now. On which factor resistance depends. So just try to understand it. Let us perform one activity. Okay. Suppose, my dear student, a simple activity. Okay. Suppose let us try to understand one circuit. Suppose XY gap in the circuit. Okay. And my dear student, as you know, suppose a meter to measure amount of current flowing, a meter. Okay. Right. Okay. So dear student, XY is the gap in the electric circuit. A meter, as you know, to measure the current passing through. Understand? And my dear student, I do not just want to show battery because we are just performing an experiment. Let me show just dry cell here, one cell only. Okay. And now the electric circuit to complete it. Understand? Let us show some key here also. Let me show it here also. You can show anywhere. Okay. Right? We are just actually basic is trying to understand on which resistance of any material depends. That is what our real target is. Now, my dear student, how we are going to perform and understand this particular experiment or activity 12.3, where they are trying to make us understand that on which factor actually resistance depends. Okay. Suppose, my dear student, I take four devices here, A, then B, C and D. In first I will just attach nichrome wire here. This is simple nichrome wire attached by me. Okay, nichrome wire. After attaching the nichrome wire here, let us try to note down the reading of electric current through a meter. Okay. Suppose, my dear student, I say we recorded the observation at somewhat, suppose 10 ampere already. ચલો એવું માની લઈએ. Let us suppose that by attaching nichrome wire we could get the ammeter reading as 10 meter or 10 ampere. Now what we are going to do, I am going to take nichrome wire of same thickness, understand? Suppose this, but double the length, and then I attach with the circuit. Okay, I am not expanding the gap, I am just showing it here that I am now taking a nichrome wire of double length, same thickness, but I am taking nichrome wire of double length, and then I will try to just read the amount of current flowing in the ammeter. I will try to take the reading from ammeter, and I will find that the amount of current means the reading from ammeter reduces to suppose 4 ampere. That means what, my dear student? By increasing the length, amount of current decreases. That means resistance increases. So one thing is clear in your mind, length increases, that means resistance also increases. How you come to know resistance increases? Because amount of current flowing decreases. So can I write it like that, this way, that resistance is directly proportional to length. Understand? Because increase in length, increase in resistance. Okay. Let us perform the same activity by not increasing the length of nichrome wire, keeping the same length, but let me try to increase thickness of the wire. I am showing it here this way. See, I am taking the original length only, but I am making it little more thicker. Okay, thicker wire. And I am attaching in this gap, and let me try to record the reading from ammeter regarding electric current. So I will come to know that amount of current flowing, understand, increases to suppose 12 ampere. That means what? By increasing the thickness of the wire conductor, by increasing the thickness, what happens? Amount of current flowing increases. Current increases means resistance decreases. Actually, my dear student, when you are utilizing the word that by increasing the thickness, actually what you are doing, suppose, my dear student, I Just try to observe this wire from this. This is the wire. Try to observe from here. This is original cross sectional area. Now when you increase the thickness, the cross sectional area increases. Understood? So indirectly, when you are trying to say that we are increasing the thickness of the conductor, indirectly you are saying that you are increasing cross section area of the conductor. And when you increase cross section area of the conductor, amount of current increases, that means resistance decreases. Means here I can say another thing, that because area of cross section increases, resistance decreases. So I can say R inversely proportional to 1 upon A. Inverse proportion can be shown this way. Here one quantity increases, one decreases. You understood also in standard 8. Direct variation, inverse variation. In direct variation, both the quantity increases or decreases simultaneously, but in inverse variation, one quantity increases, then one quantity decreases. Okay, dear student, if I combine this, I can write this way: R proportional to L upon A. Resistance depends on two factors: length of the conductor and thickness, that means the area of cross section. Understand, right? If I want to remove this, I have to put one constant, R equal to L upon A. This constant which I am showing, that can be spoken as rho, and actually this symbol is called res resistivity constant. Understand? Resistivity constant. Okay, right? And every material has got different resistive constant. Understand? Every material, copper, silver, bronze, gold, aluminium, understand, tungsten, nichrome, all has got different constant of resistivity. So that means one more thing, that resistance also depend on the type of material also. So my dear student, to sum up, resistor depends on three factors. Uh, can you sum up in your mind? Resistance depends on three factors. First, that is length of the conductor. Length increases, resistance increases. Length decreases, resistance decreases. It depends on thickness, means area of cross section. Area of cross section increases, resistance decreases. Area of cross section decreases, resistance increases. And third, resistance also depends on the type of material also, because different material has got different resistivity constant, and actually resistivity of any material is measured in by unit ohm meter. It can be written this way: resistivity of any material is measured this way: ohm meter. Okay. So is it clear in your mind regarding resistivity? Resistor is measured by unit ohm, but resistivity by ohm meter. You understood this? So my dear student, is it clear in your mind? So this our today's lecture we totally dedicated for discussion only of resistivity. Understand? And my dear student, different material has got different resistivity. Those material which are called good conductor has got less resistivity constant. Those material which are called poor conductor has got moderately high resistivity constant, and those material which you call insulator has got very high resistivity constant, so that it offers such an infinite resistance that they do not allow even electric current to pass through them very easily. You understood this? So my dear student, in textbook they have given one table also where a resistivity of some of the materials, some of the alloys has been listed out. Understand that you can just prepare at home, and I don't think that you need to remember resistivity constant of each and every material. At least some of the material like in day-to-day life use copper, bronze, understand, copper, bronze, then you can just aluminium or you can nichrome, such material which are in real application in our daily life, their resistivity constant you need to at least remember, because can be asked in fill in the blanks or one line or even in MCQ. Okay, my dear student, so this is our discussion regarding resistance. Make your mind very clear. Our three lectures, lecture 1 means our three lecture were planned for complete discussion of VIR, V-I-R, I current, electric current, V electric potential and potential difference, R that is resistance. These three physical quantities VIR, understand, electric potential, electric current and resistance, total electricity. To understand in future also the concept of electricity in detail, you have to be very clear about these three V, I and R. Okay, my dear students, so today actually I skipped those topic purposefully because I first wanted to make you clear regarding V, I and R. Then we will go for electric circuit, Ohm's law, series and parallel connection of resistors. Understand that we will cover in our next lectures. Okay, so discussion about resistance is over. Okay, my dear student, thank you very much for attending today's lecture attentively and with alert mind from Bharat sir. Thank you very much.